round the six with my. Oh, it's recording? Alright, so I was talking to my brother Nathaniel, and we was like just communicating on how people could incorporate spirituality within their everyday lives. You know, because it's the 21st century. A lot of people, they're working, they're going to school, they're working on their college degrees. They're trying to, they're type busy throughout their day. But adding spirituality within your life, your everyday life, is pretty easy. You know, one of the main things to do, one of the main things that we feel is the most important thing to incorporate spirituality within your everyday life is sun gazing. You know, we all know the sun is the primary life giver to our planet. You know, so and our eyes is the extension of our brain. So when we gaze at the sun, we're automatically bringing the sun rays within our body. You know what I'm saying? Within our genome. So it's like, directly contacting the source of all life. You know what I'm saying? That's the most important thing for me. You know, if you do it right, and a lot of spiritual teachers, they'll tell you do it when the sun is setting and when it's rising. You know what I'm saying? When it's rising and setting, not when it's peak, not like 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, when the sun is coming like really strong, because you can damage your eyes. But there's a lot of different safe ways to sun gaze. You can also look that up online. There's plenty of videos talking about sun gazing. Number 2, mantras. My number 1 mantra is the Huhi mantra. The most popular, most known one is the mantra. My Let me hear yours, Nate. And then the Huhi one goes, Huhi. Why is these mantras so important? It's important because it vibrates 2 of our most important glands. Our pituitary gland, which is stationed right at the root of the nose, and the pineal gland, which is right above and behind the pituitary gland. These are our psychic glands. You know what I'm saying? This is what puts us in tune with nature. The more we sharpen these glands, because it's like a muscle, the more we focus on it, the more we use mantras, the more we and things of this sort, we're vibrating these spiritual glands. We're working out like we're in the gym. So that's one of the most important things, is the mantras. You know, so we have to incorporate that in our everyday life to become more psychic, to become more spiritually well-rounded. Number 3, yoga. Yoga is really important, and this is just speaking off of personal experiences. I don't have to read anything to tell you about these things I'm speaking about, because I do this on a daily basis. Me, my brother, my family, we think it's important to, add these simple meditations or mantras or things of this sort. But yoga, it's important because it relaxes the body. It brings life. You know what I'm saying? You're allowing your chi to flow properly. You know what I'm saying? Whenever you get to spirituality, we're talking about chakras, right? And whenever you do yoga, you're cleansing, you're freeing up that energy flow throughout your body. So it's good for you spiritually, mentally, and physically. So yoga is definitely important. Another thing I would say is really important is communicating with your ancestors. That's one of the most fundamental things that we did back in the day that we don't do now. Your energy does not die, all it does is transfer. If you're close with a grandmother, a brother, a sister that passed away, take time to acknowledge your family member, that part of you, because remember, that's your genome, you're connected to these people, so you can always contact with them. You have the direct source. So it's just, whenever you get a chance, just turn the lights off or light candles and take time and think about your relatives. You know what I'm saying? This is spirituality right here. This is what our ancestors used to do. We communicated with the spiritual world. So take time and communicate with family members. You know what I'm saying? Talk to them, send them messages, send them jokes, because this is reality. Energy does not die, all it does is transfer. When your family members leave this realm, they're not dead or gone, they're just vibrating on a different level or a different energy. Once you become more spiritual, you can tap into that energy. So, other than that, is making sure you eat well, because you are what you eat. And this is really spiritual as well. So, even if you eat meat, because sometimes it takes people time to gradually get back to the vegetarian and vegan. So if you haven't made that transformation yet to an actual vegetarian or a vegan, make sure you trying to stay alkaline, as possible. Also trying to take as much natural foods. Just because you eat meat, you can also take in vegetables. You can also take in fruits. And this, it keeps your chi high. It keeps your energy level high because you're taking in living foods that vibrate, foods that has contact with the sun. That's still vibrating with an aura. Dead meat don't have an aura. Vegetables or fruits that have an aura. You know what I'm saying? It has life flow going throughout its veins. You know what I'm saying? We're talking about high energy foods. So these are some simple things you can do to stay spiritual. Remember, your mantras, sun gazing, that's really important. Communicating with your ancestors. You know what I'm saying? Yoga. These are some things you can do in your everyday life. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're at work, take 5 minutes, zone out. Meditate. Just clear your thoughts. And meditation is not only clearing thoughts, you can also focus on a certain thing. And one more thing I would love to add to incorporating spirituality in your everyday life is visualization. Because this works on our imagination. This works on our pineal gland, the pituitary body. Visualization. Close your eyes and make circles, with your mind, with your visualization. Make squares, make octagons, visualize a person, an apple, a tree. This is incorporating spirituality in your everyday life. It's really easy, you know what I'm saying? It's just you have to take time and think about it. We're nothing without our thoughts. So wherever we mind to our thoughts, that's what we incorporate within ourselves in our everyday life. Nathan, say something to the camera.